Welcome to the Investing channel. This is a channel where we jump into the insights of the latest financial news as well as potential investments in the investing world. Do we have a huge story for you guys today? Now, ever think that oil is going back to the way it was the past 7 years? Well, think again. Today, I'll be outlining why you should be more bullish than ever on black gold. With the ever-present rampant inflation, heavy government spending, as well as printing of the US dollar, the price of oil is about to go absolutely ballistic. I will be going over 5 particular reasons why $100 a barrel will be hit very soon and why your gas prices are going to go only higher thanks to the perfect storm. So let's jump into reason number 1. Now guys, I don't have to tell you why this is a serious problem, but inflation is a problem because the government has printed over $4 trillion in the last year and a half. Just to let you guys know, in 2019, we had $4 trillion in circulation, and today we have over $8 trillion in circulation. All this means is that there's more money to go around in the stock market as well as regular everyday economy, which affects the price of oil. The more currency is in circulation, chasing fewer limited goods, the higher the price. So therefore, just based off of that, the price of oil has to go higher, and it cannot stay the same price for 7 years without having any inflation being affected. I mean, guys, you guys know that food prices are going up. You guys know that real estate prices going up. What makes it different that oil prices will not go up? Reason number 2 is lack of oil production due to the pandemic. The pandemic last year has literally crippled oil producers within the United States, basically driving them dead because of the lack of demand within 2020. Now, these companies never came back. And because they never came back, the production has also not come back, even though the world is starting to slowly open up. And guess what? In order to start a business within the fracking industry, it's going to cost a lot more now to start it and to actually produce oil at an efficient price because of the inflation. And of course, due to the lockdowns, this problem has only been exacerbated, where supply chain issues as well as lack of labor as well as inflation have been hammering onto the oil industry, thereby driving the price higher. And guys, we're not even open. So that brings us to reason number 3 why you guys should be absolutely bullish on oil. Reason number 3 is of course that the whole world economy has not even fully reopened, and yet we're already seeing 7-year highs in the price of oil. This is absolutely ridiculous because once the world is fully open, that we can all travel internationally, as well as a lot of these COVID restrictions finally come off, this will mean that the price of oil has to go up because the production has not come back and the demand will be even stronger than it is today. Now, of course, President Biden says that the price is going to go down soon. Guess what, guys? Whenever the government says something like that, believe in the absolute opposite.
Guess is you'll start to see gas prices come down as we get by and going into the into next year in 2022. I don't see anything that's going to happen in the meantime that's going to significantly reduce gas prices.
And of course, this brings me to my 4th point. We have the government that's making the problem even worse. Now, why do I say this? One is because we have Biden in office, and he is very anti-fracking, anti-oil, anything against climate change. Therefore, he's enacting a lot of policies that make it much harder to lay pipelines, go into places like Canada, producing more of our own oil, tapping into our own resources instead of importing oil from OPEC countries that are very dependent on manipulating the price of oil against the American consumer like they have been doing pre-Trump administration. And the higher the taxes, the higher the regulation, the harder it is for us to produce oil and be self-reliant like we were at one point. Therefore, this will drive the price of oil up, which will be great for countries like Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and all these other foreign countries that benefit billions of dollars from our reckless policies. And fifth and final point is, of course, Mother Nature. Now, 2020 was an absolutely hectic year, not just in terms of the crisis, but we also had major catastrophic weather and climate events such as Hurricane Ida and Nicholas that heavily damaged U.S. oil infrastructure in the Gulf of Mexico, which has further put strain on the U.S. oil production. This basically means that it's going to take more and more time for us to recover to our regular oil production capacity just because our equipment is heavily damaged. So this is also going to exacerbate the problem further, and the price of oil will compensate for that, as it has been doing ever since the Biden administration has started. So personally, I'll be buying ETFs such as USO in order to hedge my bets against higher and higher gas prices, so it doesn't kill me at the pump. Now, I don't have any experience in investing in oil companies, nor do I care to really look at their balance sheet, especially after the coronavirus crisis that literally damaged some of these businesses to the point where they're heavily in debt, they have been lacking production, and they're very risky assets to invest in right now. So my personal opinion, you guys do what you want. These are my 5 bullish reasons why you should be absolutely bullish on oil, and I don't think I'm wrong, because the prices keep going up and up every single week, and I don't think we're going to catch a break for any of the next 4 years with the heavy inflation, the bad policy, you name it, it's coming. If you enjoyed the content on this channel, hit that subscribe and like button. It will be deeply appreciated in order to help support this channel.